What up, my dudes? It's Space. And if you're a football fan and you have a Quest, you've probably wondered how you get the football in the Quest. So we're gonna go ahead and break that down for you today, and it's gonna be super easy because there's only really 3 dedicated football games available on the Quest. 2 of them are great options, 1 of them not so much, and we'll definitely be getting to that. So our 3 contenders for this are NFL Pro Era, 2MD VR Football, and MVP Football, the Patrick Mahomes experience. We're going to talk about what's more realistic and what's more arcade. We're going to figure out which football game is the right one for you and which one is definitely the wrong one. I went ahead and played all 3, so let's go ahead and see how it went. And the first game on the roster is going to be 2MD VR Football. This was the original VR football game, guys. It came out all the way back in May of 2018. They've had a whole bunch of great updates over the years. In a game that started out where all the players were really basic looking robots, into the modern era with human players and significantly upgraded graphics. Another cool thing they added along the way was the ability to play wide receiver, in addition to playing quarterback, or a hybrid of the 2. And there's a couple of options on that because you can play wide receiver after the ball is thrown or after the ball is caught and just run with it towards the end zone. Either way, that is a dimension of the game that no other game on this list has, and it's pretty cool. It's also a highly configurable experience, from being able to change a lot of things about the throwing mechanics, to selecting team colors, changing the music, and even drawing up plays on the whiteboard. There are several difficulty levels to it, and instead of playing full games, you pretty much have one offensive stand where you have to score on the defense, and if you make it, you end up in a mini game that's like a ring toss for bonus points that's also pretty fun. Advancing through the seasons can be quite difficult though, even on the easier skill levels, which gives the game a ton of replay value. And the downside to this one, outside of not playing full games, is that it also doesn't have any actual NFL teams or players. Everything's made up, which was actually fine with me. I remember a lot of games when I was a kid that had made up characters in them that were pretty friggin' awesome. The second game on this roster is NFL Pro Era, and you've probably seen some content from this channel about that game already. NFL Pro Era has the most realistic quarterback experience in VR, featuring real NFL teams and stadiums, players with different abilities, career mode, multiplayer lobbies, and the ability to play defense. NFL Pro Era has a career mode where you play successive seasons as the quarterback of your favorite team. You'll have the option to either use the current quarterback or create a quarterback for yourself. In Pro Era, you play full games, and there's the ability to play defense with the 2025 Season Pass. That allows you to play as the linebacker, blitzing the quarterback at will, and giving you limited control over defensive audibles. Pro Era also features multiplayer lobbies where you can run some scrimmages or play mini games with your friends. There are also competitive leagues floating around on Discord. NFL Pro Era doesn't give you quite as much control over the passing as 2MD VR Football does, although it does let you control the throwing power. And even with that, it does still have the most realistic feeling throwing in VR in my opinion. Now the drawbacks to NFL Pro Era would be that you can only play quarterback on offense, that the defense and updated rosters are actually behind a paywall with the 2025 Season Pass DLC, and honestly, the game is pretty easy even on the hardest difficulty, even on offense and defense, even if you're playing as the Cleveland Browns. Seriously dudes, I average like 15 sacks a game. But overall, NFL Pro Era is still my go-to for a great VR football experience. The last one on the list is MVP Football, the Patrick Mahomes experience, and you know, I almost left this one off the list because it is terrible, which really breaks my heart because I'm a Chiefs fan. I love Patrick Mahomes, and I was hoping this was going to be a great game, but it is a completely broken and unplayable game, and the reason that I still left it on this list is so I could warn you about this game in advance. Now before I go into all that, I'll quickly go over the couple of things that weren't bad about this game, is that it does have Patrick Mahomes on the cover if you're a fan of the Chiefs, and there's a dog that you can pet on the sidelines and the practice field, which actually was pretty satisfying. Unfortunately, the rest of it was all downside. The throwing mechanics were rough to say the least. You can't move at all as the quarterback, no scrambling, no quarterback runs, and it kind of just shoots you back out of the pocket after you snap the ball. The graphics presentation in this game is absolutely terrible. I don't know if they were trying to make it look like you were inside of a Nintendo game, but they didn't even really achieve that. It was just really bad. And the main reason that you should avoid this game is because it completely breaks when either team scores in any of the 3 game modes. And I'm dead serious about this. You score a touchdown and the game breaks, all the characters freeze in their animations, they just keep on walking. I tried restarting the game, and it even gave me the option to go back into the game from the point that I left it in, and it happened again. I tried not scoring, the other team scored on me, and it happened when they scored. And this happened in all 3 game modes. Just avoid this game, it's completely broken. It seems like the developers abandoned it long ago, and it probably shouldn't even be available to buy. And there we have it, a breakdown of all 3 of the VR football games available from MetaQuest. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I did drop store links for all 3 of these games. I did leave a disclaimer on the MVP experience, recommending you go ahead and avoid that one. I also left affiliate links for NFL Pro Era and 2MD VR Football. In case you want 10% off on those, 2MD VR Football is also available on Quest Plus if you have that. And if you don't, I dropped a free trial for Quest Plus link in the description. I want to thank you all for watching my video, and hopefully this helped you decide which football game was best for you. And if you haven't already done so, maybe click that like button and subscribe to the page for more VR content. Until next time, my dudes, live long and prosper. This is Space Roach VR.